I'm Alfie from Alfie Cooks. I make recipe videos on social media. It's all plant-based cooking, creative ways of using vegetables, and basically just creating lovely, tasty dishes from easy ingredients that everyone can access. The tofu hot pot, you have to just keep eating it because it's so delicious, but then your nose starts running, and that's what you want from like a good bowl of broth for me.
Welcome to another Walk From Home. This time, got one of the best. Mr. Alfie Cooks.
I'm Alfie from Alfie Cooks. I make plant-based recipe videos on social media. What are we going to be making today?
Well, we're going to do a hot pot. So we're going to do the Korean hot pot. We have it in the restaurant at the moment, but don't start sending me messages. This is not like the restaurant. This doesn't taste like the restaurant. Me and Alfie are going to put a spin on it. I'm going to let him take control, take the wheel. We've got
It's an apple, seaweed, miso-y broth. We've got a nice tofu. We've got king oyster mushrooms left over from a previous recipe. We're going to be stir-frying veggies, building those layers of flavour, taking things that we enjoy eating at a restaurant, for example, but putting our own spin on it at home. That's what we're doing.
So, I'll leave Alfie to it. Good luck, mate. Well done.
When I was at uni, started cooking for myself.
So, vegetables first.
Really love the idea of sort of creating dishes from the reduced sections of supermarkets.
Bit of chilli. Do you want a bit of asparagus?
Yeah, why not? It's in season.
Anything can be turned into something delicious.
And if you don't have red onions, use white onions. If you have spring onions, use that instead. Whatever, it really doesn't matter. Use up what you've got at home first. Get inspired by the ingredients you've got in the fridge, in the cupboard, and creating something delicious, I guess. Like, obviously now I've started as a kind of career, I suppose, doing a bit more like home cooking recipes. And so to be able to sort of get inspired by the kind of thing you guys have been doing. Long time watcher of Walk From Home, so there we go.
It seems like years ago we started all of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been going to Wagamama, eating at Wagamama probably since I was about, I'd say 4 years old maybe. It's just how it is really, isn't it?
Veganism has sometimes got a bit of a bad reputation. To be able to position yourself as like plant-based, where you're not necessarily sort of screaming, this is vegan, you must eat it. To show people rather than tell people, I think that's a really encouraging step.
Now I'm going to add the tteokbokki, because I want that to start to fry with.
So these are just like big fat noodles for anyone who doesn't
basically,
know what they are.
Yeah. Pounded rice, turns it into like gnocchi, like penne without the middle bit missing. You've got to soak it, you've got to boil it up first, you've got to get moisture into it, because if you don't, it's like chewing a bit of rock.
Chewy, a bit rubbery. Here we've got an appley, seaweedy sort of broth, which you could, again, use a stock cube, add a few things to make it a bit more exciting, including a bit of kimchi. When you're doing soups and stews and stuff like that, you're building lots of layers of flavour so that you just need like a little base, something like a stock. Get a little bit of sriracha in there. How's that tasting? Yeah?
That's good. Just a little bit sweet, maybe.
Maybe a teaspoon of miso. Nice. That's going to give it a nice savoury umami-ness. Getting there. Well, that miso really made a big difference.
Really made a big difference.
I think a little bit of agave and maybe a squeeze of lime juice. Tofu can be a misunderstood ingredient, just because it's quite plain on its own, but actually, if you're marinating it or you're letting it simmer in a sauce, it's really going to absorb a lot of that flavour.
So we're going to just give it a little bit of heat so we can
Absolutely
soak that in there. You've got all the crew looking at us now like they haven't eaten for days. The balance in there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think we've just shown by just adding a bit of this, tasting a bit more, taste something else, a bit more of this, taste. I think we've done pretty well.
Colour and like presentation, I think that's really important. Whether you're cooking at home or not, it can be quite exciting when you sort of cook up a dish that ends up looking really nice. You know, take pride in the cooking that you're doing, make it look nice.
Should we try a bit?
Have a wee bit. I actually, if I'm eating anything brothy, I'm always having it with
Have you got one of them at home?
I do. The first shot will always be, ooh. But I tell you what, it's always the one.
Slurp. Good?
Delicious.
See, I say that every time we have some of this and I eat the food and you all go, yeah, but you would say that. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, but I have to say that as well because I made this too.
Chef, what a pleasure.
Delicious.
Mate, oh, you're an absolute superstar.
Wow.
That was Alfie Cooks. That's a wrap, everybody. We can go home.